Hey guys and girls, Nathan Birch here, just in the B.Invested headquarters and making some videos for everybody. I was thinking about something the other day, and I was at my beach house and I was walking down the beach and I saw this house across the road from me. I was quite interested actually because it faces the water. My place is, overlooking the water, but it's not water as a backyard, it's just facing the yard. And I saw this house and I've got two duplexes that are facing the ocean. This is like a little old fibro asbestos, riddled with asbestos sort of shack. And I was looking at it and I was like, shit, no, that'd be cool. Like maybe they might want 1.5, 2 mil, whatever. And before I had a chance to speak to the agent, it sold, and it sold for $4.1 million. So I had a look at it and I was like, $4.1 million, shit, that's literally a knockdown. And the houses that are in the road, like in this strip, would be probably $2 million builds to build each house. So you'd probably be into it for like $6 million. And I thought to myself, like, wow, $6 million is a lot of money. And I thought to myself, like, what would $6 million look like, right? $6 million at an average wage of $50,000 a year. It would mean that, 50 grand times 40 would be $2 million. So it would be 40 years would be 2 million. That would mean 120 years worth of working would get you that property. And then it made me think about a few other things. And I thought, well, what about if you're on 75 grand a year? So that would be 75 grand times 40 would be $3 million. That'd be 2 lifetimes of working 40 years to be able to afford those without spending a cent on anything, without factoring that inflation. By the end, those things would be gone up so high. And then it made me think about, what is my wealth? What is rich for people, right? Because we look at these people and go, someone's got a cool car, or they've got this, or if they've got a business or whatever. And, I wouldn't call myself rich because I'm not a billionaire yet, right? And that's my sort of level of what I think would be the next hurdle for me to overcome. And people often, what I realized over the years of talking to, I would have spoken to over 10,000 people in MAP sessions and, just in general passing in the business over the last decade of giving strategy, and everybody's view of wealth and what is rich and what is whatever is very, very different. I have people come in there on 50 grand a year and they go, I want to get $1 million a year in the next 2 years. And it's like, well, that's lovely, right? But there's a lot of moving parts in between and there's no get rich quick scheme. I see people that are, very set up, they've worked very hard, they might have been earning 200 grand a year, and they might be like, I'd love to get 20 grand a year when I retire. And it's like, wow, like you've got so much more in you than what you feel that you've got. And I look around and I think to myself, like even my office building, right? I look at, the value of what an office would cost, and it would cost you, I don't know, $2-3 million for an office, and there might be 50 offices in the building. That means that, what would it be? 3 times 50 would be $150 million for the building where my office is sitting on. It's like, wow, like I wouldn't think that it would be that much, but to own the whole building would be, $150 million to own the whole building, not just a part of the building. So then looking at, what you see out there in the world, whether you drive into the city and you see those big skyscrapers and they have the building names at the top and the banners and whatnot, when you really think about it, that, people go, oh, Birchie, he's rich, he's got 30 motels and got all these properties and all these other things. And I think, well, I'm not really, right? There's more wealthier people out there. And it's like, who owns that building with the big sign on top? Who owns the biggest infrastructure in the world? And they're not people like you and I. There's other sort of people out there that are more wealthier. But most of these places are really, institutional investors and whatnot. But it brings it back down, right? Like a lot of people try and go, well, I want to have this, I want to do this, I want to do that. You guys are rich and wealthy in your own world, no matter what. We're breathing, we're healthy, we're living in a country which has opportunities and has things going on. I know there's lots of bad things that are going on out there in the world as well, but there's lots of opportunity. So we're wealthy that we've got the mindset behind that. We've got option, we've got time, we've got choices, we've got freedom. And it was just, when I went past the place, I was like, wow, $4 million for this house. It's just across the road and it's, it's so run down, right? I want to own 5 of them, right? But if you wanted to own 5 of those properties, it would be in multiple lifetimes, right? Just to own one of those properties would cost you, 3 lifetimes of labor today. And most people think of wealth and abundance and riches coming from money, or what money can buy. I might have a Louis Vuitton, or I might have this, or I might have that brand name. But real wealth, it could be done throughout generations. Real wealth doesn't involve money. Real wealth involves assets. Real wealth involves, opportunity. Real wealth involves, choices, freedoms, and whatnot. So, how do you value your wealth? Drop us a comment below. What do you think wealth is? How much is wealth? How much is too much? How much is not enough? I just think that there's so much in the world going on. There's never enough, right? There's so many things that we can achieve and accomplish and make happen. And it was just one little shitty fibro house that I saw that made me think, right? We look at, you drive down the road of where you live, and it's like, how could you do that? How could you do that? But everything is valued in this fake thing called money or dollars or currency or whatever you wish to call it. And people put pressures on themselves because of that. People put labels on themselves because of that. People have opinions and objectify over those sort of terms that we come accustomed to believing in, but it's only a belief in that. For me, I have zero respect. I'll put 10, not 20, zero respect for actual currency, because I don't value anything in that. I have no value for it. I have values in in assets and options and freedoms and the ability to do what I want, when I want, how I want, and that's what real wealth is to me. And the assets that I hold are just options for me to be able to go and achieve those things that I want. So I think reflecting on your life on a quarterly basis, an annual basis, every few years is very important to go, okay, who am I? Where am I on the track of where I want to be going to? Am I, achieving the things I want to do? And is there things that I could be changing and whatnot in my own personal life? But what is wealth to you? It was just a little thought in my head, and I thought I would share that with you guys. Thanks for watching. If you need help, building wealth, attaining wealth, working at your asset position, feel free to reach out to my team, 1300 367 925, admin at binvested.com.au. Have a great day. Bye for now.